Today, the left have very clearly shown that they have learned absolutely nothing from the assassination of Charlie Kirk, despite the ammunition having the word fascist engraved in it. They haven't realised that maybe labelling everyone fascists is not a good idea and is downright dangerous. Today, there were hundreds of thousands of people, it would seem, as you can see from this footage here, at the Unite the Kingdom rally in London. I highly doubt that all of those people there are fascists, but many lefties, including elected members of parliament, were very quick to dismiss all of these patriots as a bunch of fascists, including Diane Abbott.
It's very important to stand up to fascism. We need to be in solidarity with asylum seekers, and we need to show that we are united.
And you said this is about women's safety and girls. Obviously the other side say this is about that issue for them too. What's your response?
They're talking nonsense. That's my response. They're talking nonsense, and it's a dangerous lie to try and say that men of colour are a threat to women. It's a very dangerous lie.
You know what is a dangerous lie, Diane Abbott? Calling everybody a fascist, even if they are nothing close to being a fascist. Zara Sultana, another idiot elected member of parliament, has also been in there to call all the people that turned up at the Unite the Kingdom rally a load of fascists. She has tweeted, "Fascists aren't welcome in our streets. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever." And she is there with the Stand Up to Racism crowd. Speaking of Stand Up to Racism, let's take a look at what they posted on their Instagram earlier. Thousands in Whitehall saying fuck you to the fascists. They have learned nothing from the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Another person there ready to call everybody a load of fascists is, well, you guessed it, Dorinda.
I'm not an expert, but I was getting dry from the rain, and for half an hour there's got to be at least 50,000 people here, and it's so heartening because I've said it before and I'll say it again, the vast majority of Brits say no to racism, we say no to bigotry and fascism, and we're reclaiming our flag back, we're reclaiming our country back, and a big middle finger to the Tory Robinson law. I don't know what's going on there, but there's a lot of love, peace, family, kids, women of all ages. It's fantastic. Thank you to everybody who turned up.
So Dorinda was straight in there to tell us that she says no to racism and no to fascism. And look, Dorinda, I'm sure that in the mix of those hundreds of thousands of people that turned up, there might be a few racists there. But I think the vast majority of people are simply people that think our country should have a border. There used to be a day when thinking that a country needs to have a border doesn't make you a racist and a fascist. It was just common sense. Honestly, beyond belief. And what I want to show you to really just hammer this point home, that labelling people fascists is downright dangerous. I want to show you this clip of Konstantin Kisin from Trigonometry on Piers Morgan Uncensored, giving Lewis Goodall an absolute grilling.
Konstantin, your response to that?
I have to agree with Lewis. He is living in a different reality, one that has no connection to actual reality.
But what's wrong?
What are you talking
what's
about?
Incorrect about what I've just said,
You're
Konstantin?
comparing somebody saying "fight like hell" in the context of a political campaign,
in the context of a
with
lie
what
where
I
you tried to
explained
overturn
earlier.
a democratic
Lewis,
election.
can I
That's
speak
the
now?
definition of
Are you
far-right
capable
behaviour.
of listening to an alternative point of view, or
I'm
do you have to
incapable of
shout
listening
down?
to
Well,
nonsense.
shut up then.
Ooh.
Shut up and listen if you're capable of it. Now, you can't compare somebody saying "fight like hell" in the context of a political campaign with what I explained earlier, which is when you call people Nazis.
The campaign was over.
Shut up and listen to an alternative opinion. Why is it that you people have a complete inability to listen to opinions that you don't like? Why can't you just sit there and actually hear what I'm saying?
I'm waiting.
You can't oh my God. You can't compare somebody saying "fight like hell" with somebody explaining that the country is an imminent threat of a fascist takeover, because an imminent threat of a fascist takeover is something that would actually legitimize you picking up a rifle and heading to the front line. So when you and Cenk and people like that call people you don't like far right, hard right, Nazis and fascist, you are creating an environment in which some crazy people, yes, of course they're crazy, will feel that they're entitled to use violence to prevent the fake fascist takeover you keep banging on about. And there is no equivalence between these things. I disagree, by the way. Cenk is entitled to criticize Charlie Kirk and his positions on the show. That's absolutely fine. But when you label and smear people as fascists and Nazis, that is taking it to an entirely different level. And that is where I hope there would be some self-reflection. But I'm not seeing any on this panel tonight, I'm afraid.
Very well said by Konstantin there, and I think he really hits the nail on the head. If you say that all these people on screen here, for example, are genuine Nazis and fascists, that will make the left feel that using violence is legitimate. Because if we think of genuine Nazis, like Adolf Hitler, most people would say Adolf Hitler deserved to die. I mean, he supposedly took his own life, but if someone were to have gone in and killed him, most people would have said that that was justified, because he was a genuine dictator and huge danger to the world, that oversaw the killing of 6 million Jews. So when you indoctrinate the left and tell them people like Charlie Kirk and people like Trump are genuinely on par with Hitler, that is when you lead to a situation where people start getting assassinated, and in Trump's case, nearly assassinated. Very sadly for Charlie, the shooter was successful, and a young father who should be here with us today is no longer with us. And it doesn't stop there. We've got journalists at it as well, not just members of parliament. This is Paul Mason, a well-known journalist, who tweeted some photos saying the far-right rally in London has attracted large number of football types, many already on their third can of lager. There is a heavy police presence, but with my long experience of fascist public order situations, I am 100% certain this will kick off. Very quick yet there to use the terms far right and fascist. And look, some things have kicked off. With a crowd of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, we're getting mixed numbers. Some people are saying 100,000, some people are even saying 3 million people. But what you can see from the aerial footage is that there are an insane number of people, and from the Metropolitan Police's tweets, they have been clear that they're planning for the space as to where to put people and where to direct people. It wasn't big enough because way more people turned up than they expected, and that has caused some clashes and issues where there was meant to be a big separation between the Unite the Kingdom lot and between Stand Up to Racism and groups like that. That has led to later in the day when, some people you're always going to get a few idiots, right? As I said when we were looking at the Narinda clip, there are going to be a few bad apples in the mixture of hundreds of thousands of people. But to dismiss all those crowds of people, everybody there, as a load of fascists is downright dangerous. Look, I didn't go to the event today, and one of the reasons why I didn't go is because I was genuinely concerned for my safety. I thought, the left, clearly after Charlie Kirk's assassination, they haven't learned anything. They think, as I've clearly shown you from the clips we've seen today, that those people there are genuine fascists and Nazis. There is a decent chance that someone might commit some sort of attack on the event today. Okay, it's not like there's security to get in. Anyone can turn up and weave their way in through the crowd. If people thought that the people there today deserve to die like Charlie did, we've seen so many people celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, that honestly, it scares me. It really, really scares me. And I want to show you, just to show how easily people throw around the term fascist, and in honour of Charlie, show a little clip of him, one of his old social media clips here.
Well, I don't know the exact definition of a fascist, so I don't know if he is or isn't a fascist. I will say that. I don't know.
Oh, that's too good. Joe Bob, that's too good. I don't know what a fascist is, but...
Yeah, and that girl there screaming and shouting was like many of the idiot lefties in the Stand Up to Racism crowd today. And as I said, I'm disappointed to see that it included elected members of Parliament. And on that note, I will bring things to a close. The left, if any of you are watching this video, please learn a lesson. Debate the people you disagree with. Debate them as to why exactly their views on immigration are wrong, with proper arguments, not just name calling. And if you want to win your argument, try and do it that way. Don't just label people fascists and Nazis, because it is completely incorrect and it is downright dangerous. We have clearly seen that labeling people fascists costs lives, causes people to be wrongly murdered and assassinated, including the father of a young child. And on that note, Charlie Kirk, may he rest in peace. I'm absolutely heartbroken that he is no longer with us, but his message and everything he stood for will not be forgotten. We will carry on the torch. I'm Chloe Dobbs. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already and you want to see more news updates.